Alright, I finally get to see this movie that everyone's been raving about for the last couple months. Birdman. So Birdman stars Michael Keaton playing Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's character in this movie played the superhero in the late 80s to early 90s named Birdman. He hasn't played the character since 1992, but apparently he's having trouble escaping the shadow of his former self. Which, I don't really think Michael Keaton in real life has that problem, but anyways, he's putting together this big stage show to help him kind of, escape the Birdman mold. And then you also have Edward Norton in this movie, and Edward Norton is playing Edward Norton. This really artsy, elitist punk who's he gets really difficult to handle on set. So pretty much everything we've heard about Edward Norton on movie sets. And one thing that's really impressive about this movie that I really liked was that the camera work was really unique. I'm usually not one of those guys who's, oh, the camera work was awesome on that movie. Amazing job. I mean, I can recognize when camera work sucks, but for the most part, camera work's not it's not a main focus for me when I'm watching movies. But what was cool about this movie is that they tried to make it look all like one continuous shot, and it really does. There's a lot of really long takes in this movie. There are breaks for sure, and somehow, the movie doesn't take place over the course of 2 hours, even though that's the runtime of the movie, but it all looks like one continuous shot, even though it's happening over the span of a couple weeks. That was really impressive how they were able to make time flow like that. The standouts in this movie for me were Michael Keaton, Edward Norton, and Emma Stone. I thought that they were all awesome in this movie. Michael Keaton was probably my favorite part. I also liked how they kind of made references to other comic book movies. They had references to other comic book movies and, actors that are in those movies. It was cool to see. It gave the movie kind of a sense of realism, oh, this is happening in our world. And by far the best part about this movie is that it touches on themes, and it calls out all those really artsy, elitist type people who they watch, summer blockbusters, and they're like, no, that is not art, that is not a real film. I also hate when people feel like they have to use the word film instead of movie. I don't know, it's just one of my pet peeves. But it touches on, if you're in a big budget movie, are you selling your soul? Are you truly an artist? There's this film critic in the movie, she stands for everything I don't like about people that they're film critics. I don't really like considering myself a critic. I kind of just, turn the camera on and start talking about movies. But Michael Keaton just goes off on that character in this one scene. I was just watching it, I'm like, Michael Keaton, you're the man. He says most everything that I've wanted to say to all those hipster types out there. That scene was awesome. I'm just glad, if for nothing else, I'm glad I saw that scene. But the rest of the movie's equally great. It's got a lot of great performances with Michael Keaton and Edward Norton, Emma Stone, all of which have been in comic book movies, which I didn't actually realize till now. I mean, I knew Michael Keaton and Edward Norton had been in their movies, but then I was like, oh wait, Emma Stone was in Spider-Man. It's funny. Cool themes, cool camera work. It's a kind of a weird and interesting story. It's hard to explain. Some people could make the argument that it does feel like Oscar bait, like a really artsy movie. American Hustle. What? But I had a good time with this movie. It's a movie I kind of want to rewatch just so I can really grasp it. But as it stands right now, it was a cool movie. I understand what everybody was talking about now. I'm going to give the movie Birdman a B+. If you guys like going to the movies to be entertained, go watch this movie. If you guys hate film critics, go watch this movie. Hey, if you guys hate me, go watch this movie. So Birdman's obviously a reference to Michael Keaton's Batman back in the day, and for me the immortal battle is which movie's better, Batman or Batman Returns? I like them both. I've never really come to a solid conclusion on which one I like more. So, Batman or Batman Returns, which movie do you guys like more? That's my question for you guys. Comment down below with your answer for that. And thanks for watching this video. If you guys like it, you can click subscribe to see more, and I'll catch you guys later.